Not quite my tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer, Captain.
Oh my God, we're live with another episode of Multiplex Loves Movies. I would just like to seriously apologize to our two viewers who have been waiting patiently for 7 minutes. I fell, and it took Maggie a really long time to lift me up. It was not pretty. Anyway, we're here with another episode. On the desk with me, Cody. Hi, welcome back for another episode.
Hi, Negative Corner has returned, and there's no positivity. It's just me and Maggie, so hope you have enough positivity for the rest of us.
I hope so. And then, yes, as alluded to, the wonderful Maggie Brzakala with her Wizarding World sweatshirt. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, my tea's in the way. Either way. Yeah, I'm good. We're watching Harry Potter, so I threw this on to match what we're watching, because that's what I do now.
That's true.
What do you wear during horror icons? I'm just...
Never mind.
Yikes.
I wasn't even insinuating, but there's a lot of ways you can go with that one, so.
Woo! And when you, yeah, okay, wow. All right, so, hi.
Rated R. Here we go.
Welcome to the program. We're going to talk about some movie news for you tonight. It's going to be very exciting. And we have, I think, a lot of good stuff. So we're going to start off with something that I know Cody's very excited about, aka not really. Deadpool 3. Kevin Feige's confirmed it's going to be in the MCU, and it's going to be rated R. A couple things to unpack here. There's a bunch more of like MCU stuff like going on with Kevin Feige talking, so we'll talk about a little bit of that stuff too. But more or less, also they have a plan. Kevin Feige said that they have movies and everything mapped out to 2026, so like he knows what he's doing, and this must include Deadpool 3. So we'll talk about all of that. Basically, Deadpool 3 being in the MCU, I don't think any of us are really surprised. We kind of saw this coming. We've talked about it 1,000 times. I don't like Deadpool 2. I don't think anybody here loves Deadpool 2. I don't think Cody likes either Deadpool films, but he can talk about that. I haven't been excited for Deadpool 3, but Ryan Reynolds working with Kevin Feige, I think something pretty special can happen. And if Deadpool 3 is rated R in the MCU, Blade has no excuses. That's how I feel about it. That is how I feel about it. Maggie, initial thoughts on Deadpool 3, officially in the MCU, rated R. What do you think?
I mean, like you said, I don't think any of us are really surprised. I'm happy that it's confirmed and that Ryan gets to stay. I think he does a great job with the character, even though Deadpool 2 wasn't great. I'm excited to see how they bring it in. Really, with Deadpool, obviously, they can do it however they want, because Deadpool doesn't really have any rules. But I'm excited to also have the possibility of, like, Tom Holland's Spider-Man showing up randomly in Deadpool 3. I think that would be dope. Or really any other MCU character. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that it's confirmed and we don't have to play this guessing game like until the movie comes out type of deal. So yeah, I'm excited.
All right, Cody, what do you think?
So shocked, no. I kind of am excited for Deadpool to be in the MCU for the sake that it will be under like a studio that I trust, because like Fox is always like that, like just a bad relationship basically. Like you think it's going well and then they try to kill you, and then they apologize and then they try to kill you again. It's just not a fun time, because like Deadpool 1 I like for the most part. I don't like when people say it's like one of the top tier comic book movies, because I think that's insane. Because it's mediocre at best with the plot line. But like introducing, I think they have a lot of stuff that they can go with Deadpool and make it funny. Like I can just think of all the mid-credit scenes and stuff they can do with him. I think like him showing up in like an Avengers movie or like a PG-13 movie and him getting like censored out and like getting mad and like storming off because he can't really do a whole lot. Like that would be funny. Like if they lean into him and his like R on his movie, but like dialed back down, have to be dialed in his other ones. That'd be funny. Yeah. I mean, Kevin Feige is somebody I trust. He has my trust until he loses my trust, and basically, he's done everything perfect up to this point that I can. I mean, there's one-off movies here or there, but I think with his direction, Deadpool will be exactly what he wants it to be, and not like a bunch of friends that meet in the back of a basement and say, "Oh, let's do this with Deadpool this time," because that's what Deadpool 2 felt like. It felt like a bunch of people just said, "Who? Let's make a bunch of dick jokes and stuff and see how many." And that kid, if that kid shows up, oh my God, I swear.
Fire Fist. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Oh, the worst character ever.
The best line in Deadpool 2 is when Deadpool looks at Peter and says, "Well, I wish the McRib was around year-round, but we don't always get what we want." I feel that. Anyway, other things with Kevin Feige happening with MCU stuff. He also talked about how another Avengers movie will happen eventually. It's gonna happen. It's not the main focus right now. And also he talked at pretty great length about how had COVID hit during phase 3 in the lead up to Endgame, that would have been a very, very big problem to their plans. But it happening now at the beginning of phase 4, them having to shuffle some stuff around and some release dates, it has actually kind of helped them in a way. It's made them shake things up in a way that they didn't expect to, and it's worked out. It's worked out for them for phase 4. So Maggie, what do you think about those couple things from Kevin as well?
I'm glad it's worked out for him. I'm glad that he's happy about it. I'm not surprised that there won't be an Avengers movie for a while. I feel like they're trying to do so many other things that there's no way that they could try to fit in like a big group movie. I feel like Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be a pretty big group movie to start with anyway. And like then there's going to be Eternals, which is this whole other group. And like I feel like we're going to get like the Captain America Civil War-esque Avengers type movies and other movies, so I'm not super sad that there's not going to be another Avengers movie for a while. But yeah, I mean, that's that really. I mean,
okay.
I don't know what more to say about that, I guess.
Cody, something else that was announced was that more of the cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, and they've arrived on set for filming. Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Chris Pratt, all of your Guardians favorites are going to be there. Are you looking forward to the Guardians being a focus in that film beyond just Star-Lord?
Sure. I'll say that. Guardians has broke my trust. So we'll see. Everybody knows how I feel about Guardians 2. I think that's an abomination. I'm excited, like if they go with like Taika's like comedic, his comedy. I think that may pay off really well for the Guardians. I just hope Dave Bautista says little things, like doesn't say a whole lot, because I hope he's not just a running punchline like he's been in the last few films. I think he will be, because that's what the fans want or expect. I'm just not a fan of that version of him. I want them to go back to Guardian 1, that he just takes things literally, and that's about all, and he's a brute instead of a dumb jackass that stumbles through things and eats and tries to be invisible. Other than that,
he was eating a Zarg nut.
Fucking right he was. So yeah, that's what I was hoping for. That's exciting, but meh.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, Kevin's got things planned out to 2026, 2027. And he literally said that he's not going to tell us when Phase 4 is ending. He doesn't want us to know. Is it because he doesn't know? I don't fucking know. I don't know what's happening. But he literally said, I'm not going to share that information. So who the hell knows? Okay, let's move on to the next thing. This one, very exciting for the people in Fandom Fights. This is a big deal, guys, because a new horror icons film is releasing this year. It's Halloween Kills, and the director, David Gordon Green, has said, Halloween Kills? Action-packed. More action than the 2018 Halloween. You're going to see Mikey stab. You're going to see Mikey kick. You're going to see Mikey stab. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. This is going to be great. The 2018 Halloween is really good. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it's real good, real fun, probably the best sequel that's ever been put out in the franchise. So I'm really looking forward to this. And to hear that there's good. The thing that I thought the kills in Halloween 2018 were really good. I just wanted more. And if that's what this one's going to be, hell yeah. So I'm very excited about this. Cody, did you see Halloween 2018? And are you excited about a more action-packed Halloween film?
Not really. I don't need him to like slaughter like a town. I kind of like the like methodical approach of like Michael of like the slow suspense. Like in 2018, well, he does this in basically every movie, but somebody is like hiding somewhere, and all you hear is the boots walking, and then it stops, and then some shit happens. So that's what I like. Like now, I just feel like he's coming like with more action. Like if he starts kicking people, I'm gonna be so. I don't need him to have ninja moves or anything like that. Like pulls out a knife gun and just starts blasting the village. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Like Rambo style.
Yes, like, just straight up there. So like more action, sure. If there's more kills, but if it maintains the story, like I just don't want him like the postman like walks up to him and like cuts him in the head and just keeps like and just kills people as he moves. Like that shit's gonna be annoying. I actually really like 2018. Like for what it was, like I think 1978 is like one of my favorite horror movies ever made. I think it's brilliant. I think it works in all the ways still, and I wish more horror movies did the exact same. But yeah, I don't know if more kills, but sure. As long as it's not like Halloween 2007
Yeah,
and like
good.
onward. I don't need more kills like that. I just need that makes sense. You know?
Yeah. Maggie, they've also said that they are working really, really hard to make Michael a force of nature, a scary presence, more like the boogeyman, and that he's with this increasing action. It is going to be scarier. So I think that what Cody is saying he wants, I think is exactly probably what we're going to get. Not me, it's what I pitched of him kicking down doors and shit. But just
when you say action, I picture a car chase. And I was just like Michael in a car.
He like leaps out of the car, like Mission Impossible,
like Mission Impossible style. Yeah.
Michael on the tower in Dubai, just like going through each window. No, but anyway, yeah, the scarier Michael with more kills, more action, however you want to describe it. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not overboard, like Cody kind of said, the thing that makes Michael great is he tends to be more methodical than Jason, or Freddy even. So I really like that about him, and I would really love if they didn't take that away. I don't really like the movies where he's just going around and killing like a bunch of people for no fucking reason. It's much better when he has a purpose. So I hope that when they say more action, it is with a purpose. But I'm fine with it as long as it's
with a purpose.
With the purpose, and it's not jump scary and gross. Because I think that 2018 did a really good job balancing like the horror versus the jump scare versus like the awesome kills. So as long as they keep a good balance and maintain a good story, then I'm down.
All right, cool. So yeah, that movie coming in October. That'll be exciting. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about. This one's going to piss off all three people here. Last week, on this very program, we sat here and kind of, for lack of a better word, ripped apart Wonder Woman 1984.
Mm-hmm.
Not only has a third film in the series been greenlit with Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, Warner Brothers is now pushing for an Oscars campaign for Wonder Woman 1984 for Best Picture, Best Director,
Fucking
Best
delusional.
For Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot. Wow. When Koho found out he wasn't going to be able to be on the show tonight, he said to me, "Man, I wish I could be on the show to talk about this." Well, too bad. We're talking about the Oscars without you. Yeah, this is dumb. This movie, honestly, in my opinion, really shouldn't even be getting nominations for like technical stuff. Because like we talked about last week, the CGI was bad. I didn't think like maybe a sound nom, like maybe.
I could see maybe like costume design.
Sure.
Maybe.
Like honestly, my favorite part of the movie is the score.
Sure.
But it's nowhere near getting a best score nomination for Zimmer. Yeah, this is asinine. Best pick. Every comic book movie does this. Avengers Endgame did this. Infinity War did this. All the big movies, and especially in a year where we haven't had a lot of big movies. I get they're like trying, but like no. Like Wonder Woman did this as well, but the first Wonder Woman was pretty good. This one was just so yeah. Maggie, what do you think?
I was just gonna say they can't like do the Black Panther thing because part of the big thing with Black Panther was that it was a cultural phenomenon, really, and Wonder Woman 1984 does not have that at all. Like, because there was a previous Wonder Woman movie, so I don't see why Warner Brothers is putting money into this. It doesn't really make sense to me. There's no way in hell that it's going to get any of those that like the top 5 or any of those like nominations. I don't know what you're doing. Give them costume design if that'll make them feel better. Like,
Cody.
Oh my God. It's so stupid. Like, one, I think Wonder Woman, the original, is fine. Like, it's not my favorite one, but I still think there was problems. But like that first first two acts, awesome. Some of the top. I think the third tier, it just falls apart. But like this, what ticks me off with the MCU too. Black Panther is the movie that got nominated for all the awards. Why Infinity War came out the exact same year and got nothing, not even any technicals compared. So like. Sure, of course they're gonna. Why spend money on a campaign? Okay, why don't you use your money that you're going to use on a campaign for a creative director? You know, I don't know. Like, there's got to be another Kevin Feige out there that you can talk to and be like, listen, I have a great characters, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But instead, they're going to do a campaign push, and I don't even know what campaign they could even push. That like. You're a lucky Suicide Squad won. Take that and run with it.
Right.
You're not going to get director. I'm sorry if you've seen any of the movies from 2020, like actual movies from 2020, not like this puff piece that you gave us. You're not winning director. You're not winning actress by any means. There's not an actor. Chris Pine's fine, but he's not going to get nominated.
Pedro, I think, is what they would go for.
That's a crazy. I can just imagine. I can imagine that like Oscar reel as it happens. You're not winning picture by any means. Like there's nothing that they can win, and their CGI is bad. And I'm a uncultured swine, so I couldn't tell you the difference between sound mixing and sound editing or whatever that case may be, the sound category. But I couldn't tell you a good sound in that movie. Stop it! You're an idiot. I don't know what to, like. Oh my God. It's like DC's like that parent that tells their kid that they're great at singing, but that child is tone deaf as shit. And no one will tell that child that they can't sing, but we all have to listen to it.
Malcolm, no. Suicide Squad is worse than Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
By a lot.
By a lot.
By a lot.
Yes.
So, no.
Plenty of
Dick Tracy's been nominated for Oscars.
I was going to say, like, Batman Forever was nominated for like 3 Oscars.
Cody loves that movie, though.
Well, you're wrong.
What?
Batman Forever.
Okay,
that is a bad movie.
I enjoy that movie because of nostalgia. I won't fight to tooth and nail that says it's the best. I'm not starting a campaign. I wouldn't start a campaign. I know I'm realistic.
Yeah.
All right. The next story we are going to talk about is my dear friend Ben Affleck is directing a live-action Disney film called Keeper of the Lost Cities. Some sort of sci-fi baloney, whatever. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I'm excited. I like Ben Affleck. I like sci-fi. I like Disney. As long as it's not like Artemis Fowl, I'm fine. Maggie, what do you think about Ben Affleck doing this?
Same. I like Ben Affleck a lot. I am a little bit nervous because so many great directors have taken on these big sci-fi Disney live action projects and absolutely shit the bed. Kenneth Branagh and I mean even like Andrew Stanton. I mean he didn't shit the bed, but like none of their sci-fi movies have been good like at all. Like everyone's excited about Wrinkle in Time and that was terrible. Like I have very little hope for this movie other than the fact that Ben Affleck is attached to it. So I hope that he can, work his magic and make something that's good. I mean, I love the genre of sci-fi and I would love to see something new and great, but I have small hope if I'm being honest.
All right. Cody, what about you?
Okay.
That's fair.
I don't know the source material. I like Ben Affleck at parts, like what, correct me if I'm wrong, not a Warzone player, but Gone Baby Gone and The Town is him, correct?
And Argo and Live by Night. Those are his four.
Okay. So he's done 3 great ones and one.
Yeah.
So he's got a good track record. I don't know if that's the way. I think he just needs to do more like crime based. Like I think he kills crime. I think I don't know. That's what I would suggest him for. But hey, Disney pays well, so go ahead and do it. See what happens.
All right. Quick, easy, to the point. We got a couple more stories left. This next one is I don't care at all. But Morbius. Remember that movie Morbius?
No.
With Jared Leto?
Yeah, no.
The Sony movie?
Mm-hmm.
In the Spider-Verse? But not in the Spider-Verse. But not in the MCU. But Michael Keaton is in the movie.
Is he really?
And there's a picture of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in the trailer. You know, that movie that was supposed to come out over the summer. Then when the trailer dropped on this very program, I said I wanted to kill myself.
There was a trailer?
Yeah.
That's wow.
Where do you think this image came from?
I don't fucking know. I don't know where anything
awful.
From.
Oh, the trailer's terrible. I have not been excited for this movie at all. I've not been looking forward to it. It was supposed to come out over the summer. Obviously, something happened. It was pushed. Now it was supposed to come out in March, and it's been delayed again 7 months to October. It is now going to open the same weekend, 3 years to the weekend that Venom opened. Venom 2 still set for this summer in July. That hasn't moved yet. The Andy Serkis directed Venom 2, but Morbius has been delayed from March to July. Like I said, I'm not fucking excited for this movie. I could be wrong. This could be the greatest.
Did you say October?
This was pushed to October. Venom 2 is still in July.
Oh, I thought you said it was pushed to July.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
I could be wrong. This could be the greatest comic book movie ever made, and we would never know. But I don't think it's going to be. I'm not excited about it. And now we have to wait until October, where I would just kind of rather get the pain over with. Cody, do you know anything about? Did you see the trailer for this when it came out?
Oh,
and What do you like? What do you think about the whole movie? And then, are you sad that it's been pushed?
No, God no. Spider-Man is my favorite like solo hero. Like I read a ton of their comics. I watched a lot of their the animated show. Morbius was a character. So like Mysterio was a character that I was like, I don't think they'll ever put on the big screen because that character is a little bit like too out there. They were able to do it inside the MCU with the MCU's guidance, which makes sense. And how they made Mysterio made sense because of what it is. Morbius is a character that I just don't. One, I don't trust in Sony's hand at all. Like Morbius, and it's a solo Morbius movie, which I'm a strong believer is I don't need to see where these villains come from. I just need to know they're villains. I don't need to know Morbius's backstory or Venom's backstory or Penguin's backstory or Joker's backstory. They're villains for the sake of villains at that point. They may have brushed shoulders with Batman at one point. That's fine. But like I don't want to see an entire movie of Morbius. I like to see Morbius show up, Spider-Man kick the shit, get beat down, and then come back and kick the shit out of Morbius. I don't see why we need to see an entire movie of this. Venom makes a little bit more sense because Venom has like a symbiotic suit and Eddie Brock has to get taken over, and like the battle between that was interesting. Like again, I watch Venom. I don't think it's one of the worst comic movies ever made. I think it's passable. I think it's fine. It's at least funny at times. But Morbius just seems like a weird freaking choice, especially with all the villains that they have. Morbius wouldn't be even my top 15 to pull from, like at all. Like why isn't like Black Cat like?
I think they are making a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie.
That one should have came before Morbius. I'm just going to say, or Kraven the Hunter. Like, there's so many different ones you could go through instead of Morbius is going to die alone. Like, that's just a bad idea to me.
Maggie, you clearly haven't seen the trailer.
No, I think I have. Now that you mentioned it, I just blacked it out of my memory, I think.
That's fair. Are you sad that this is now pushed to October?
I mean, I'm kind of with you that I kind of would like to get it over with, but it doesn't really
get that fandom studying going as soon as you can.
What?
Get that fandom studying on Morbius done as soon as possible.
No.
No?
Okay. No.
That's fair. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. On that note, Morbius looks like ass. It's coming to theaters in October now instead of March. Okay. The final story of the day. We're going back. We're jumping back and forth between DC and Marvel a lot. We're going back to DC for a second because we're going to talk about that Flash movie. You know, the one with all the characters in it that's going to like blow up the DCU. And I'm so done. It was initially reported that Cyborg was going to be in the Flash film. And yeah, no more. He's been written out. Why am I blanking on the actor who plays Cyborg? Ray Fisher? No.
Fisher, yeah.
Yeah. He did comment on it. He said that he has not been officially notified by Warner Brothers that he's not going to be a part of the movie, but it has been reported ahead of that he will be out of the movie, which basically kind of completely erases Cyborg altogether, him only appearing in Justice League at that point. So, yeah, it is what it is. We talked about it all last week. I'm so sick of the worlds of DC. If they put out a movie that's good and surprises me, great. Fantastic. But I just have so much, man, like Wonder Woman, the third act. I like Aquaman, but I know that I'm kind of in the minority on that one. A lot of people like are just kind of met on it. I was even met on Shazam, which a lot of people like. Honestly, probably like my favorite one recently has been Birds of Prey, and even that's just a Deadpool ripoff. So like, I don't know. It is what it is. We'll see. I like Ezra Miller as Barry, but also every time I watch Justice League, I just like that movie less and less. So who knows? But Maggie, are you excited about the Flash movie, and are you disappointed that Cyborg will no longer be around for it?
I mean, I agree with Malcolm that until a trailer comes out, I don't really believe the Flash movie is real. Like, they've been talking about it for so long, and they haven't been able to execute really anything. Like, I guess, do they have a script now, or are they filming yet?
And they're not filming
working
yet.
on the script still if they're writing out Cyborg.
And I think Andy Muschietti is directing it.
Well, right, but they've had like 17 directors. Like, you can tell me that they have a director, but that doesn't mean jack shit until like they're actually doing something. Did I freeze? Okay. Mostly I just feel bad for Ray Fisher because I feel like he really wanted to like do something with the Cyborg character and like be a part of the universe, and he just has not been given that opportunity at all. And that's just too bad for him, and I feel bad. But at the same time, Cyborg tends to like just hang out with like Teen Titans and stuff. So I don't really care. It sounds like the Flash movie is going to be way too a disaster. Really, it just sounds like it's going to be a disaster based on what I've heard. So,
but Michael Keaton's going to be in it.
That doesn't make it that. Those are the things that make me think it's going to be a disaster.
Trust me, I'm with you. It's the same reason why I'm pissed that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are probably going to be in Spider-Man 3 and Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina, and just like stop. Like, just stop it.
We don't need the multiverse as much as you want to make it happen, unless you can pull it off, and I don't believe you can, so don't try.
Cody, the Flash, do you care at all?
I care as long as when they reset it, they show up and no, none of these movies exist. Like, this is...
That's what they're going to do.
Oh, good. I'm hoping so. Like, let's get rid of the fucking shit that they've put out, and hopefully I think the Flash. So I'm not a DC person. Koho will be like, well, actually, this happens and that, blah blah. I don't give a fuck. All I know is Flashpoint is one of the biggest arcs in like DC. It's basically their reset that they can do.
Correct.
Kind of like their Infinity War in regards to big team up. Thanos, the snap, that shit, right?
Yeah.
My thing is, if Marvel did the same thing that DC's trying to do right now, right? So that they stumble out of the gate, they do like mediocre movies all the way through, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, we're gonna do the snap, like we're gonna do the Thanos thing. I'm like, whoa, you're gonna really shoot your shot right here? It's like the X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
No one's been able to do it at that point. So now I think if you're going to do this Flashpoint, then you need to have something ready on the other side of Flashpoint, or don't do it at all. Because I think that you're wasting your shot if you are not ready and you're going to produce the same shit afterwards. So, like, I'm worried about that. That's why, like, Kevin Feige and stuff like that, I hope they don't touch Dark Phoenix for, like, 20 years.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because, like, that's a story arc that I am near and dear to that they've fumbled twice now. Like, badly twice, if you think about it. So, like, again, if it's a fresh restart, 100% Cyborg, I honestly don't care. I thought he was a wood. Like, I thought he was, like, nothing in those movies. I didn't think he had any emotion. And that's part of writing and directing and all that stuff. I'm not saying Ray Fisher's a bad actor. It's just the character of Cyborg. He didn't look like he was interested in being Cyborg. Zack Snyder sure as hell and Joss Whedon didn't look like they gave a shit about Cyborg at all. So, like, with that mixture, I just think Ray Fisher, go do other movies. Get the hell out of that situation, because I think that was just a train wreck for him.
Yeah, no, and he's had nothing but pretty negative things to say about his experience making Justice.
And DC, just a heads up, next time you want to build a universe, how about solo movies and then you pair them up? Just
a thought.
I don't know if I've ever seen it work yet, but I think it would be big.
I think it could be potentially multiple, up to upwards of like 8 or 9 of your like 24 movies making $1 billion. Like, maybe
I don't know, that's far-fetched, Tim.
No, because here, think about it. Maybe if you did the solo movies first, you know, like I went and saw the first one and I really liked it, but I didn't really check out the one with the other guy because like I wasn't super interested. But then I saw that one, I really liked that first guy. He's in a team up movie, so I check out that one. if everybody else who liked the went to the team up movie too, $1 billion, then they all like all the characters, then all your solo characters start making $1 billion. It could, I think Cody's right. I think it's genius. I think it could happen.
Big,
coming next year to theaters, Iron Man. We're actually in the year 2007. Okay, so guys, that was the show. Quick, easy, to the point, and I like it. So here's what's going on around Multiplex. Don't leave because we got stuff. Tomorrow is the last pre-recorded YLS before Cody is back.
I gotta go back to work.
People about their top 100s. Correct, Cody?
Yeah, I gotta go back to work next week. So yeah, I've already started. I was on a break.
It's true. It's true. So that's tomorrow, and then next week they will be live again. We will be live here next week. Most of you already know this because a lot of you were involved or are going to be involved, but the Multiplex free-for-alls are coming in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks-ish. On the 29th, you are going to get the Warzone free-for-all. The following week on February 5th, the Fandom fights free-for-all, and then we are rolling into the season. So everything will be back starting that week. Fandom fights, Warzone, FANZONE, Miscellaneous, TWOHIG'S Trivia Night, the whole shebang, the whole crew will all be back. It'll be a very exciting time. Cannot wait. Oh, and also I forgot to say, on the 24th of this month, before the free-for-all even happens, the 2021 Multiplex Awards will be happening. You will see lots of familiar faces, and we'll be giving out some awards. So that'll be very fun. It'll be a good time. So please be sure to check that out. So without further ado, thank you, Cody. Thank you, Maggie, for being on the show. We'll see you guys next week. Same time. Grab a Michelob Ultra or a Dr. Pepper. Who cares? We'll see you next week. Bye.
You're still here? It's over.
She's out of our hair, and just when I dare to care, she says, au contraire, you're my pair of friends. I love you.
Keep it together, man.